Yo, welcome back, man. Hey, I appreciate you being here. Check this out. I want to go over the 3 biggest mistakes that people make when starting on this self-development journey. I saw a statistic the other day that said 96% of people struggle with maintaining personal development because of these 3 things. 96%. Understand that when you're on this path to trying to get to the 1%, you got to outperform the 99%. You feel me? So let's get into it, man. So the first thing that I see from a lot of my clients, a lot of my peers, a lot of people who are trying to start this self-improvement journey is they take in a bunch of information and they don't take action on the information that they just digested. They don't take action on the information that they just received. And so what happens is they read the books, they watch the podcast, they listen to the videos, but they don't ever implement what they're hearing. And so they're really not applying the knowledge. One of my mentors, Jim Quick, says, information is not power. Knowledge is not power. Applied information is power. Application is power. So it's really good that you're watching the podcast. It's really good that you're reading the books. It's really good that you are listening and watching the videos, but you got to start taking the action. You got to start taking the challenges that's going to release you from where you currently are. A lot of my people are stuck in the same positions and they don't really know why. They feel like they're setting the goals, they feel like they're hitting the gym, they feel like they're doing the things that they need to do, but their life is not really changing. I can guarantee that there is some type of friction in between you getting the information and applying the information. You could be applying the information wrong, you could be listening to the wrong information. It's one of those 2 things, especially when it comes to self-development, because a lot of times it's going to be uncomfortable. A lot of times you're going to be doing a lot of things and stepping into unfamiliar territory that you're really not going to know if you're on the right path or not. Now, if you are following videos like these, if you're following people who have done the thing, then you will know. Okay, so that's really important. Number 2, the number 2 problem that I see most people make when it comes to self-improvement is they want to wait on the right time. They want to wait until they get the new promotion. They want to wait until they get enough money to do this. They want to wait until they have more time or until the kids leave the house. Whatever the case, understand that the best time is right now. I know it's so cliche to say. I know you probably hate hearing it, but it really is the truth. The longer that you prolong your self-improvement journey, the longer that you prolong doing that thing that you know has been tugging at you for years, the longer it's going to take for you to create your life by design. It really comes down to your ability to take the risk, to take the action, to put all the noise away and go ahead and just turn that one day into day 1 today. It's hard to do and it's scary to do. And it's scary because it's uncomfortable. It's scary because it's unfamiliar. But understand that even just you taking that one step to get into that place will unlock some different ideas in your mind. Opportunities will start arising. You'll start attracting the right people that will lead you to your desired reality. So don't wait for the right time. The right time is right now, right when you think it, right when you feel it, right when you feel connected to it. You can do it. A lot of people are just really afraid to take that first step because what if they don't have it all together? Well, the thing about it is, when you don't have something all together and you start taking the action to get it together, it gives you motivation to want to keep getting more things in order so that you can be put together. So it just springs you in a way that you're unaware of. You think right now that there's a box or a lid on your top, and you can unlock that lid by taking that first action, whatever it is. Maybe it's you waiting to go back to school. Maybe it's you waiting to look for a new job. Maybe it's waiting for you to take on a new skill or take on a new activity that's going to unlock your mind in a multitude of ways. Understand that by you taking these little actions, you don't know who else you're going to run into who's been on this similar path. You don't know what other opportunities you may be attracting. The key is to take that step. The key is to put your feelings to the side and don't be afraid and let go of that fear and just go after it. The right time is now. There will never be another time. There will never be a better time than really right now. You can justify it all you want. That's your logical mind trying to scare you, right? Because we were made and wired to survive. A lot of times when we want to go on these new paths, we hesitate because it's unfamiliar, because it's uncomfortable. So logically we justify that this just isn't the right time. But in reality, it is the right time. This is the right time. This is your sign to go ahead and go after whatever it is that you've been thinking about for a while. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3, this is a big one. A lot of people, when it comes to self-improvement, they resist the shift in identity that they need to take the action that will unlock who they want to be. I'm gonna say it again. They resist the identity shift, so they can't take the action of the person in the new identity, so they can't get into their DR. They can't get into their desired reality. They can't become who they know that they should be because they resist the identity shift. Now, let's break that down. First off, what is identity shift? Identity shift is literally when you rearrange your attention, your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotional convictions to become a new person. You're shifting from who you were to who you are or who you would like to be. Now, this is a mistake that people make when it comes to self-improvement, because resistance in this area will limit your capability to get to who or what you want to be. Okay, so shifting your identity is really, really important, because when you are developing self, when you are rediscovering who you are, your old self has to die. You got to kill your old self off. Those habits, those activities, those interests that you used to have, they won't serve you in this new level. The reason that you haven't gotten to where you would like to be is because you've still held on to who you used to be. You can't resist that identity shift. You have to integrate it. You have to let your old self die to become your new self. You have to sacrifice your old self to get to your new self. We're talking about self-development. Let's think about it like the caterpillar. The caterpillar has to sacrifice its current self to get to be a butterfly. I saw a beautiful butterfly the other day. It was yellow, it was humongous, and I looked at it, I'm like, damn, I can't believe that you used to be a caterpillar, right? You used to be a sellout. You used to be lazy. You used to avoid. You used to not have difficult conversations. You used to not budget, right? You used to not hit the gym. You used to not do all these things, but understand those things don't serve you. If you were who you were, right? If you were who you thought that you were, if you were your future self, what would that person be doing? That person would not be engaging in those activities. You used to go there. You used to hang with that crowd. You don't do that no more because that's not who you are. I'm not saying that you necessarily got to switch up, but in reality, you got to switch up some old habits. You got to switch up some old ideas. You got to switch up some old beliefs. So essentially, you do need to switch up, and a lot of people don't want to change. I need you to be okay with being that one that's willing to step out of the norm and get to really a place of unrelatability for some time, right? You're not going to be able to relate to your old crowd when you're on this new path of self-development. I mean, you might. To be honest, I wasn't able to, right? I wasn't like necessarily trying to cut people off, but I just started realizing, man, I'm not really interested in doing those things anymore. I'm not interested in smoking and drinking and partying. I'm not interested in spending hours on the game and not really growing myself. I'd rather, read. I'm not interested in going to watch the game. It's taking away time that I could be developing myself. And so resistance to changing your identity is a big one that people struggle with. They try to be who they are and still get to where they would like to be. And understand in the principles of the universe, it's like you gotta be it first and then do the thing and then you'll have the things. But you gotta be that person, okay? So that's really all I gotta say today. It's a really quick video. I'm gonna start dropping quicker bits. I feel like I'm overloading too many people. And I ain't really trying to preach, man. I'm really just trying to here to encourage. I'm really here to just try and give guys and people a new technique on how to get into the life that you know that you're capable of living. I've just been doing a lot of reading. I've been doing a lot of writing and reflecting. And I just kind of want to document my own path because I'm on this same path. Like I'm really just sharing with you guys what's been working for me and killing that old identity and getting into your new identity, realigning your thoughts, your attention, your beliefs, your ideas, your emotional convictions with your new identity has been a real big shift for me. I feel like I do mention this a lot, but it's really, really important. It's really important to sacrifice your old self to get to your new self, to be your new self, so that you could have what you already have. I give this analogy a lot, but think about the person that you would be if you had everything that you had. Think about the person that you would be if you had everything that you had, right? So for me, I'm like, damn, okay. If I had this amount in my account, if I had this type of relationships, if I had this type of career, this type of business venture, who would that person be? Like what would be their habits? What would be their outlooks? What would be their beliefs, their thoughts? Where would their attention and their focus be? Okay, so me personally, I've been able to write these things down to discover that new identity, and I'm adopting those traits now, right? So I'm leaving those old traits, I'm leaving those old activities, those old interests and ideas and thoughts and beliefs in the past, and I'm adopting these ideas and these traits and these beliefs that I would have in that future self, in that future reality, right? So that's what I'm doing, and now I'm integrating them, and I'm doing those things now. Right? I have that perspective right now, and eventually I'll be there. And so that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Those are the 3 biggest mistakes that I see people make when it comes to self-development, especially from people that I'm coaching. And if you're somebody who wants community, if you're somebody who really wants to get in and around people that are like-minded and committed to growing and developing, I encourage you to join the Discord. I encourage you to join the Discord and be around some like-minded cats who really just want to grow and strive and really get unstuck. You know, we got a few people in there who have been able to transform their lives based on transforming their mind. And so that's what we're here for, man. So I appreciate you being here, and I'll see y'all boys on the next one. I'm out.